always good to switch it up every once in a while. That's why I'm playing one of Magic's oldest decks, Workshops. Oh, I'm not actually on the screen, am I? Well, that doesn't work. Hello, Vintage Gamers. Welcome to a Friday night Vintage Challenge. I realized I did have plans this weekend, so I can't stream Saturday or Sunday. Sunday, though, I will be playing Paper Vintage in Massachusetts, if anyone's around. Though this will go up on Monday, so it doesn't really help anyone. Funny how that works. Anyways, so yeah, we're streaming tonight because even though I want to play in the Echo Eternal weekend tomorrow, I have a prior engagement that I have to do. So what do we do today? Well, I have been saying for a while on my Patreon that Sphere Shops is uniquely positioned to make a comeback in the metagame, and it has happened. Recent results, especially during the weekend of the large data influx, the RCQ, and the other event, showed some really solid results for sphere-based prison shops. And just yesterday, or maybe it was recently, it was a very recent challenge. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday, yeah, just yesterday. Montolio, Andy top-8'd with a Sphere Shops deck. So I'm going to play that 75 as is for today's event. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm interested in playing it. And it's going to be a nice little change of pace from all the Lurrus PO gaming. I do want to do more practice and more tuning with Lurrus PO as we are approaching North American Eternal Weekend in the near future. But I think it's good to take a break and diversify and learn a little bit more about what's going on in the rest of the format. So this is a sphere-based workshop Golos deck, definitely a prison controlling style deck. We do have the 3 null rods main, which I like a lot. The full 4 null rods total. Looks like there's no Karn in this list. Maybe a concession on castability. Scrawling Crawler is an interesting one, but it does give you some extra game against the Jewel and other combo decks, so I don't hate it. There's a bunch of one-ofs down here with a Traxos and a Metamorph. Those are interesting to me. I'm not sure I buy either of their I mean, I like Metamorph, but Traxos has historically been just a little bit underwhelming. Stonecoil Serpent does line up very well into the Psychic Frog Atraxa metagame that we are currently playing right now. So I think that makes a lot of sense to me. There is a Talon Gates in the main, which is fun because it can help you play through a Void Mirror. And there's also a Bajuka Bog in our Golos package. So Ghost Quarter, Bajuka Bog, Inventor's Fair, Caracas, Strip Mine, Talon Gates, Tolarian, and Saga as one of Golos package. Sideboard, I see a Skyship. I haven't seen one of those in a very long time, so that'll be interesting to see where that comes in. I assume mono white or something similar. I also see a Shadow Sphere. So we gotta do some thinking today and figure out exactly what Andy was trying to do with some of these choices as we play this Vintage Challenge. Did you know subscribing here on YouTube and following on Twitch are both free ways you can support my vintage content? All right, here we go. Round 1, Vintage Challenge. We got probably a small one today. 43 players. I won the die roll. I've got no super fast mana, and my opponent is not on Lurrus. It says my opponent has been seen playing Jewel Shops. This hand is not beating Jewel Shops. Maybe a Scrawling Crawler is enough. Maybe turn 1 Patchwork, turn 1 Scrawling Crawler is enough. I assume I need to find a Null Rod. I also have like turn 1 Null Rods and stuff, so it kind of makes me want to put it back. Let me just see if my opponent has other results other than Jewel, because if it's just Jewel, I don't know if I want to lean entirely on Scrawling Crawler for that. It seems a little too risky to me. If I had turn 1 Scrawling Crawler, then maybe that would be different. Yeah, all Jewel. Sphere Shops at one point as well. And some Oath. Could be Oath as well. No great fast mana. I do have Wasteland, but I'm not following up the with like Crawler plus Wasteland. feel like I'm supposed to put this hand back. Go to mulligan. This hand's certainly better. But not that much better. Here I don't find to be particularly good against Jewel, but it will be good against other, like Oath, so. Yeah, that is the paradox of Stonecoil. It's great against Frog, but it's bad against removal. But, like, should your Lurrus opponent be keeping in Fatal Pushes against you? Probably not, but they probably are anyways, so maybe it doesn't matter. There's always that push and pull of, man, my opponent probably shouldn't be doing this, but they are. I'm gonna keep this and bottom the. Oh no 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 no! Oh jeez, sorry, jump scare myself. I'm gonna bottom this Bajuka Bog. All right, Workshop Sphere and Sapphire. All right, next turn we have a Mystic Forge that can't play anything. Like, so this hand is not like particularly good in my opinion, but I do think it's better than my first hand. But maybe this is also too slow. It's not like we can play Forge plus Strip Mine next turn. It's a basic island and a Pearl. All right. Well, I will Strip Mine that. Fortunately, I still can't play this Forge, but that's okay. All right. Misty Rainforest, so it is Oath. All right, I'm really happy with my choices in terms of keeps. I think this is a much better hand against Oath, though. If they just play an Oath because they have a fetch land here, it's really unfortunate because we do have Strip Lock, but I mean, I have to play it and get it going. Unfortunately, if they just like have Orchard Oath, we die, right? I guess we can phase out our token if we do that for one turn, but then we'll die after. I guess maybe we could theoretically have a Stonecoil Serpent to hold the fort down, but my opponent might have a swords. Sorry, swords, force. I've read swords in chat and it came to my head. Well, budget is like a weird term because I think the way you're using the term budget doesn't make any sense. It like it's just, do you have the power and workshops or do you not? So it's usually just powered or unpowered. So like the term budget, I don't think it really makes any sense in this sense, but and like you said budget, but then I looked at your list and it's powered, so I don't so our communication broke down along those lines. No worries, but if you say budget in Vintage, people are going to assume unpowered. Yeah, so they just have the Mox, and they had the fetch land, and they have the Oath. I don't know, man. It's pretty bad for me. So I can like phase this out. I just don't know that that is particularly enough to win. What do I need to win this game? I definitely need a Stone Coil Serpent, and I need to Strip Mine lock my opponent. I definitely don't need a Lodestone Golem. Maybe. I mean, there's nothing I can cast. I guess I can cast a Mox if I found a Mox. I already have a Sphere. Just get rid of this. Traxos. All right, I will hit this Underground Sea. All right, so if we can make it to the point where we have a Stone Coil and a Null Rod and we have a Strip Mine lock with our Crucible, then I think there's chances there. What do they have to cast here? They have Ancestral Recall. Not bad. And a Mox? All right, I mean, we're in trouble. Sphere. Workshop. I need to find a Stone Coil. I guess I don't need to find a Circus Saber right away. I would be more happy to find a Null Rod. Are they going to force this? I guess they still have the ability to force because they have Mox. Yeah, I'm not ready to concede this game. I think there's like a world where we do have the winning chances. Patchy boy. All right, I'm gonna get the second sphere in here, and I'm gonna Strip Mine my opponent. But I'm so far behind. They do have their own Null Rod, another Force, and an Oko. I guess if they can resolve Oko, it's really bad for us. And they can't do that. Because we should have enough spheres and waste and Strip Mine lock. I hope. Oh, yeah, I can't play Echo Eternal tomorrow. Sick draw, unfortunately. I forgot I have a conflicting event. So I was streaming tonight. I forgot that when the date got moved, it ended up being I couldn't play that. Yeah. All we need is a 1/1 Stonecoil Serpent. It will be protection from multicolor, so Oko and Atraxa can't hit it. So from that point on, the Atraxa can't actually get in until they find a Boseiju. They probably don't have unlimited Boseijus. They took Show and Tell, Scalding Tarn, Oath, Force, Mox, Oko. I mean, it's still really bad for me, though. Also, we still need to hit, like, the Null Rod and the Scalding... Because if we can get a Null Rod and a Wasteland and a Lace Unlock, it might still not be enough. Currently, we're double sphered. They'll probably play a Mox out to try to build out their mana. Yeah, I think we need to find Null Rod, and we need to find... And we have a couple turns maybe to... I mean, we might not have a couple turns to find Stonecoil, because they do have a Force here that they can pay for. So they'll be able to force the next relevant spell. Mox is -1 mana, but we should do that. Tolarian, we can't afford. Just completely whiffing. One, two, three, four, 5. Just just did not find anything off of our Mystic Forge that would help us out of this situation. So now my opponent, if they hit their land, which they should be able to, can play an Oko and turn off our Crucible lock. And I think at that point, we just don't have any game plan. We need to keep our opponent from being able to cast things like Oko, but they just... too many Moxen, no Null Rods. It just didn't really work out. I feel like we could have hit all of these things off of our Mystic Forge, but we just didn't. And this time they hit the Beseiju. Yeah, I mean, this looks very lost. Probably gonna let them see what they do at least. This is the problem with playing Sphere Shops into the metagame, is because Oath is making a comeback, because Oath and Sphere Shops do kind of hate on some of the same permanents. They also had that one of Ancient Tomb from the Medvedev list that is very good against what we're doing here. But yeah, the Oath deck has just got, I mean, very early broken answer, or broken threat that's hard for the Sphere Shop deck to deal with. That's interesting. Played out the Lotus. Now you have to crack the Lotus to play Oko. I mean, nothing I can really do. Don't think I have a way of stopping Oko in the main besides killing it. I guess a Stone Coil would do that, but now I don't have Strip Mine Lock. Do I have a Caracas in the main? I do have a Caracas in the main. That would be uncounterable. It's just a 7/7 trampler for one workshop. Don't think a Saga... Saga's not bad. So draw the Saga. New Crucible. She'll probably get forced. I just took Montolio's list. I just took it. Yeah, I got forced. So playing it out, I mean, just enough to pay. If I can get my Patchwork high enough, I can kill Oko, actually, right? Yeah, so I need to hit another playable spell off of the Mystic Forge, top of the library. That's not a playable spell off the Mystic Forge, top of the library. So I can't actually kill the Oko with an attack. That is so unfortunate. I guess I go to 2. Again, though, like, even just drawing Caracas will buy me a lot of time. Don't know if my opponent is on Gaia's Blessing or not. It seems like most lists aren't on Gaia's Blessing, which I don't actually like anymore. I think I want Gaia's Blessing in my Oath deck now. It just plays against a lot of the board states in Vintage. We kind of sometimes need to have this multiple tracks of interaction, looping, and missing cards is important, and those kind of things. I feel like we ran really, really cold on our Mystic Forge in this game. And I know Mystic Forge is not like a great card in your Sphere of Resistance deck. I get that. But there were a lot of, maybe not a lot of, but there were a decent amount of like pretty impactful hits that we just could not find. I think we're going to have to upkeep it, activate Mystic Forge. There's always a chance that like we draw workshop Caracas and then bounce this Atraxa and then get a very large attack in. Again, like I just don't think you're allowed to concede this game because it feels extremely winnable. Like there just are sequences here where we will win. Not a lot, but like enough. This Golos is so late, unfortunately. Like this Golos can't actually find us and untap Caracas anymore. Super frustrating. There's nothing we can do from here, unfortunately. But I'll shuffle, I guess. Yeah, I actually think this game was very, very achievable. Nothing, right? No, because I don't want to get Caracas. But also can't draw Caracas anymore, so... Alright. Yeah, this is pretty sad. But the good news is I like the way we mulliganed. Post board, I guess we bring in Needle and Cage. I don't think you bring in Tab. Also don't think you bring in Trap. But also, I mean, I guess you're just attacking with creatures. Like, there's no point in trying to play around that. Metamorph is... Yeah, we could have hit Metamorph. Wow, if we hit Metamorph, like, that could have found us the things we needed to play that game out. Metamorph is a really big one. Probably want Null Rod. Don't really feel like Scrawling Crawler is the one here. Patchwork should be better. It's not like they're doing things that Crawler actually punishes. It just draws them a million cards. I think Scrawler has its place, but this matchup does not feel like the place for it. Let's try this. So we need to be a little bit more restrictive than we were. That is pretty restrictive. I think we should probably play turn 1 Null Rod so that we can follow up next turn with like Patchwork Sphere or Patchwork Null Rod. Definitely not playing a 1/1 Stonecoil Serpent here. Don't want to trigger Atraxa if I don't have to. Opponent kept 7 again. But yeah. Oath being back on the rise because as an answer to blue-black Lurrus is definitely a problem for this Sphere Shops deck. Negation pitching Atraxa. Alright, well, they have free reign on turn 1 here to brutally murder us. Let's see what happens. Yep, Emerald Orchard, Emerald Sapphire Oath. No Orchard. I'm glad I didn't play my Stonecoil Serpent. Oh, I guess this doesn't really work the way I wanted it to. Well, I mean, of course, it doesn't matter because... Can't play creatures right now. So until an Orchard happens, kind of in limbo. This is the spot where I want that Mystic Forge back, right? Null Rod. We find a cage. There's a world where we can play everything. Correct. There's like no math. Like there's no real good way to kill it. This is a great draw though. All of these draws. Oh, any Crucible is a great draw. But we can beat an Oath in play. We have cages, we have stone foils and stuff. But we need to first lock our opponent out of casting spells. Fortunately, they had another force. So we can't get the Crucible lock going yet. We've been really good there because we can Wasteland the Scalding Tarn and then Wasteland the thing they got off the Scalding Tarn. Vexing Bauble doesn't really do anything. But there's also no reason not to play it, right? I guess I could hold it for Patchwork later. Feels better to just put it in play in case for some reason a sphere went away. Don't know. All right, my opponent is going to get a hedge maze here. Bauble does not draw a card because there are null rods in play. I wonder what my opponent's doing with this. They just besieging. Oh, they're flashing. That's so bad for me. Couldn't really prevent this though because my opponent had basic island and then fetch. Never drew non-basics. Unlike a certain streamer we've seen. All I need to do is find a Forbidden Orchard off this, and we're in trouble. They can find as good as a Force and a Forbidden Orchard. They found a Forbidden Orchard and a Force and a Vampiric Tutor. And an... yeah. Oh. Oath, Force, Orchard, stock up. I don't know, man. It just doesn't matter. Unfortunately, it just does not matter. I guess I could have drawn something that kills something. I don't know. Maybe they'll tap out for another Oath here, and then the Force won't be on, so I can at least resolve a Stone Coil. They should just pass. Unless they have Time Walk in their hand. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. They have Beseiju. They have Hercule's Recall apparently now. All right, I'm off it. Yeah, I don't know. The things did not line up in a way that I could win these games, so playing Workshop. All right, welcome to round 2. We did not win the die roll this time, so we don't have that going for us. However, I have faith in the power of Mishra. Opponent might be a Lurrus gamer. Is this hand good against Lurrus? No, but... Oh, they're not on Lurrus. What do you got for us? What do you have? I am dead to a variety of things here. That's typically the start that would require me to be dead. That's not how this works. All right, we're not getting jeweled. We're getting oathed again. Are we just gonna go like jewel? We're gonna go like oath, O2 drop. That would be pretty funny. Doomsday, turn 1 death. Blue. Green. Oh no, it's an oath. It's 2 oaths. Oh, it's turn 1 Oko. That is also not beatable. And I don't believe that one is beatable either. If I phase out my own creature, it doesn't come back in on my side, right? Hmm. I think I just play Sphere Sapphire. Next turn we still have enough to play Golos. We can at least get a Caracas. That way if they turn off Golos, we can bounce it back. Force pitching a second Oko. Do I turn off artifacts? Probably not. Should I have even played that artifact then? If they're Oath, then no, because this turns on Oath. But also, like, am I really winning if they're on Oath from this spot? Like, if they play an Oath from here, probably not. I just don't know if they're Bug or Oath yet. 2 Okos is a lot of Okos. Man, we're just gonna get bullied today, huh? To be fair, if we had gone... Oh, they're just... Alright, well, I guess that means they probably are on Oath. Assume they're going land Oath if they're going to... Wait, what? They're just turning off the Sapphire and passing? I see. That's good for us. So I think I want to strip mine plus crawler. Keep them off of stuff. Put this down to 4. Play another threat that they can't turn off. And then if they do stand up the food, we have a Talon Gates being a broken magic card. This does technically help them draw out of it later, but I think it makes the most sense. And the Norrod will still be okay. All in turn 1 Oko. Can Shops beat it because opponent has no mana? That'd be pretty cool. Oh, they drew land off the top. That's not good. Doesn't mean if I play Talon Gates I can't play Golos next turn, but killing Oko is definitely a top priority. Oh, wow. They're just going to let the Oko die and just turn off Crawler. It's fine with me. I assume they're on Oath because they're Okoing our stuff, right? I guess I could play a Traxos. That is going to almost kill my opponent right away. If I go Golos for Caracas, it's also pretty good. Because they'll take 6, and then they'll take 9. It's going to be short, though, if they, like, Oath next turn. I think it's Golos Caracas. I think it's still Golos Caracas. Maybe not, because we have Talon Gates. Oh, okay. Force pitch of Traxos. So it is Oath. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should have went Traxos then. Well, they ripped the Jet, and I didn't play the Null Rod. So they can play an Oath. They don't even have an Oath. Okay. I think that means we play Traxos Null Rod. I guess Traxos Null Rod doesn't beat... It beats Oath. Yeah, I think we play it. Because this also stops them from... maybe I'm supposed to phase the creature out, actually. Stops them from playing like a show and tell as well. Looks like we're gonna win this time, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think there were many times where we would beat turn 1 Oko. Okay. That's something. I don't think we're supposed to bring in Mindbreak Trap, but I think that these like duders are just not very good. Oh, I forgot I have a Bajuka Bog. That card's gotta be worse. This would be like a decent matchup to have Masticore. I'm kind of surprised there are no Masticores, actually. I feel like this should be a deck that wants Masticore, right? I guess it doesn't care about removing No Rod, but it still cares about removing, like, frogs and things. But maybe the card disadvantage is too much? Not sure. Uh... No, if anything, I would play the Echo Eternal weekend event, but I am doing other things tomorrow. I will be playing Paper Vintage on Sunday at ELDs, though. Full proxies. It's a good time. Nope. No thanks. Not interested. ELDs, time vote games in mass. It's a good one. Should come by. This hand is definitely a mulligan. I do have the Caracas, though. Maybe I can keep it. I'm on the draw, right? Can I like go turn 1 crawler? I mean, I don't think the Caracas is good enough. They only have one Boseiju in their deck, though. It's probably not enough. But I'm not actually sure like what hand I can keep on the draw. I'm just gonna try this for science. Like, what is a good on the draw Prison Shops hand against Oath? Like, do I have any of those? Do those exist? Oh, I guess I could have taken out Chalice on the draw. Like, even if I had a Mind Rig Trap doesn't work here. Looks like they're playing turn 1 Orchard Oath. So, like, this is probably my best hand against turn 1 Orchard Oath because I have the Caracas. I mean, the better hand would be having Cage, I guess, but I only have one Cage. It's not like like a lot of Prison Shops used to play like 4 cages. Do I want to play Crawler? Probably. Oath Orchard Mox is a powerful combination opener. So we think they have one Boseiju in their deck. So how many Karakas can I get off before they find the Boseiju? The Atraxa was the top card of their library. That's something. Demonic, no artifacts, a lot of lands. They kept in mental misstep. It's good to know. Well, I mean, Oath was one of the best performing decks last weekend. If not the best performing deck. It is the natural predator of blue-black Lurrus. So if people correctly identify that blue-black Lurrus is the best deck in the field and the most played deck in the field, Oath is a natural metagame cycle response. It is bad for me, though. He's definitely bad for me. Force, Demonic, Oath, Tropical. I think Oath is technically a good call if you believe in the base power level and consistency of the deck. My problem is I don't believe in the base power level and consistency of the deck. Is this Demonic, Show and Tell, Oko, Tinker? Oh. Not all lists are still playing Tinker. Oh, Tinker Portal! Okay. Is that even good here? I guess. Alright, well I get to Oath something into play. And then I won't bounce the Atraxa for one turn, I think. Hopefully I get a Golos off this. I hit Stone Coil Serpent and it died. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so I'll go Saga Golos. So get forced, I guess. Oh, now they get to rebuy Golos. Okay, that was a bad play. I mean, it means I get to trigger again. Ah, is that even that bad? I mean, it's bad, but like, why not Caracas bounce Atraxa? Because that wasn't really a thing I needed to do. Like, if I let them animate something, I get another trigger. I can bounce back my own Golos if I want, or have time to. I think this is great for me. I don't know. I obviously need to hit, like, not Stonecoil Serpents on my freaking thing, but I guess now I am, like, going to be in trouble, like, racing-wise, though, right? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I guess technically if they hit a mana, a Mox, they can DT Time Walk. It's probably bad. I mean, I'm like, I'm in terms of positions in games where an Oath of Druid has been deployed and Atraxa has been put into the battlefield. This is certainly much better than most of those. Like, this is definitely on the best end of those kind of games. Like, I mean, if it was a bad position, I would have conceded. You know, this is a position where I theoretically still feel like I have a winning chances. I have a saga technically that also finds a cage at the end of it. They have a DT, but like I don't know what they're gonna do with that DT. Like, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. All right, DT. This Underground Sea was the tap mana that they got from Golos. Ancestral Recall. All right. So I want to hit my own Golos, probably is still my best hit. Did not get second Orchard, no. All right, I will Oath. And I hit a Metamorph. I hit a Metamorph. Hello. Hello. Thank you, opponent. I think I'll get a portal. Oh, wait, if I get a portal, that means their portal can bring back Atraxa right away, though, right? Feel like we should just get another Atraxa. Don't think a portal works out good for me. Maybe it's fine because I can just play Caracas. No, I think it's Atraxa. And they're not even oathing this turn. I feel like we're in a... I told you, chat. I feel like we were in a decent spot. There's a Grafdigger's Cage. Grafdiggers, Golos, Wasteland. I mean, this probably gets forced, unfortunately. I don't have any sphere effect to go with it. I also have constructs coming. I feel like I have to deploy the cage though, right? Or do I try to wait for... I mean, there's just like no chance I can find a way to push it through, right? I feel like there's no way. So I feel like we should just play it and hope they didn't hit a fours off their ancestral. This is the only cage. Yeah, we could have left it in the deck and taken sphere. That's true. I didn't consider that. I mean, it's too late now. I already had the cage in my hand. It resolved. Then I play Caracas out and pass. Yeah, I didn't really consider that. I mean, we're still pretty weak to Oko. No matter when we do it. And we're weak to the Singleton Beseju. Needle is in the deck, yeah. So I can theoretically get Needle off of Saga on either. This card can't come into play because of Cage. And then if my opponent attacks with a Traxa, I probably trade Atraxas. I mean, I could bounce my own Atraxa now, and that way I can copy their Atraxa again. That might even be better. Well, I have a Graph Digger's Cage, so an Oath Trigger is not helping me very much. My opponent has 5 cards. One of them is an Oath of Druids. They also have basically a bajillion mana. All right, see what they do attack-wise. I feel like there's some risk involved with block, bounce. But I kind of want to just do it. No, I think I'm just trading. Bouncing back my Golos and making a construct. Or bouncing their Golos if they play a new Golos. Though now I guess they can portal back this Golos at some point too. Not through Cage, but like when they deal with Cage. I just don't have enough resources. Yes, I know. We can get a Golos back. For whatever that's worth. We already have a Golos in hand, so it's a little... So is this going to be show and tell, or is this going to be Oko? It's Oko, so you can turn off Cage. We can probably kill Oko. But it might not be enough. Ugh. They just drew this off the Ancestral, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, before my Saga could finish and get a Needle for it. Damn. Yeah. That's really bad for us. They pitched Force to Force. No, we kind of had to find like Needle off of the Traxa and then Cage off the Saga. I'm definitely making a construct. And I'm definitely blocking. I'm definitely bouncing my Golos back to my hand. And then... God. They're going to bring back an Atraxa. But maybe we just race. I guess I can just Needle Besiege you and kill the Oko. And then... Like, they might not be able to answer Caracas with a Needle on Beseiju. They might have to find a second Oko or something. Boseiju, who endures. Seiju, who endures. Yeah. And then, do I want to play Wasteland or I think I should probably play Golos. What else can this get? Inventor's Fair? Talon Gate. Oh, I should have held that for Talon Gates, maybe. Oh, I mean, Tolarian Academy seems pretty good too. Inventor's Fair can find us Stone Coil, Serpent, Crucible stuff. Definitely want to keep Talon Gates in my deck. Guess I'm gonna get Tolarian. Maybe I should have gotten Inventor's Fair. And then, oh, do I have to kill Oko? I guess I have to kill Oko, don't I? It's kind of unfortunate. Okay. So now they get an Oath and a Portal. So they get double Atraxa activations. Okay. And they probably don't have Gaia's Blessing, though, so... I don't think they play Gaia's Blessing. Let's see, though. They have Abrupt Decay? They have Abrupt Decay, and they used it post-combat on the untapped construct. Why didn't they just save Oko? Why didn't they kill the Needle? Oh, yeah. I guess they could grab Metamorph now, true. I don't really know what that sequence was. I'm not really sure why it happened, to be honest, but I think we're going to lose this game. Yeah, they're going for a Metamorph second portal, it looks like. I mean, it can't really be a misclick. Because if you're trying to... I mean, it's not a misclick because they should have done it in combat on my construct that was attacking Oko to save Oko, because then Oko just naturally answers Needle. All right, looks like they're gonna Metamorph the portal, I guess. And then Atraxa off of the Oath. They hit Atraxa in 2 cards. They hit Atraxa in 1 card again. Okay. They do have Herald. That's super bad. They just show and tell Herald and I lose, right? So that's what it looks like they're doing. They do have Gaia's Blessing as well. They copied Construct Token? No, Podin, what's going on, man? Oh no, we have the thing to phase it out. We actually do have an answer. So, I mean, it's still really bad for us, but... They have a second Oko too? Okay. All right. Oh, that was off this. That was off this. Sorry, what did they take off this? They took Beseiju, Mox, Show and Tell, Herald, and Oko. Sorry, that's my fault. Beseiju, Mox, Show and Tell, Herald, and Oko. Oh, I'm playing this out. I don't know. Opponent's making choices. I'm in. All right. Needle is down. So Beseiju is online. Nothing is sacred. But they have a Gaia's Blessing, though, so we can't actually ever win. I need to somehow reduce their life total to 0 before this Herald, and then get rid of the Herald, I guess. All right, if I show and tell, I guess I'll put a Crawler in play so I have more cards. And then we'll go to end step. Yeah, I can't concede from this spot, and I shouldn't concede from this spot, so we're gonna play it out. Time walk? Emerald is gone. Oko. Oh, Besiege. Oh, Besiege on my Krakus, right. Okay, I will bounce your card Traxa. Uh, okay. Crucible. If only they didn't have a force. Oh, okay, all right. Vexing Bobble. Force. Null Rod. Force. Crucible. Bring back Caracas. I think bring back Caracas is better than bring back Saga, right? And then I have a 6/6 attacker. I think I just swing everything at them. Or do I want to bounce and replay? I do want to bounce and I think I swing everything at them. They went to 1. They're going to go to 0. When does this phase out? I need in my hand. I need to wait until next turn. So as long as I don't die. I know I need a Talon's Gate. I know I need a Talon's Gate. So a Talon Gate right now doesn't do it, right? That's what I'm saying. Because they're not 0 yet. I mean, I have a Scrawling Crawler. I just can't phase it out in the right timing window right now. So I think I just pass, and then I can Caracas back my Golos. So I have 2 Goloses on the next turn that win. That's my plan. I just have to hope I don't die, because they could time walk and kill me, theoretically. Yeah, I mean, they can, like, Gaia's Blessing loop kill me, right? They're gonna bring back Scrawling Crawler instead of the Atraxa? You have Gaia's Blessing. Just, like, trigger a million Atraxas. Time walk, 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 walk. They missed on Gaia's Blessing there. I think you can just get unlimited time walks, can't you? Yeah, I think we're dead. I think, unfortunately, we were very close, but I think we're dead. Damn. We needed to do 1 more damage in that game, and then we could have actually won. Because we would have had 2 Golos attempts to get the Talon Gates. We're just dead on the ground, right? Yeah. That is so sad. We're just dead and bored to 1 time walk. If I had Talon Gates in my hand, I could do it instant speed, uncounterably, win the game. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, they gave me a blocker! It's not enough. But they did give me a blocker. Wait, I'm trying. Wait. They're giving me a card. They're giving me a card. They're giving me a card. I can still win. My opponent's made a lot of choices in this games. It's been pretty fun. This portal can target their own creatures, right? This is so crazy. I guess they don't want to do it now because unless they have a Gaia's Blessing as their only card left in their deck. I don't know what's going on. Talon Gates. Unlucky, man. Unlucky. Maybe they'll forget to attack with Crawler and I can live. Oh, wait, no, I don't live anymore because the Crawler did me a damage. All right, I'm dead. Okay. Cool. Do it again. They are down a game. Well, I mean, now that's even, but yeah. I'm glad we had an out for that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I would never ever do that. If my opponent is looping Gaia's Blessings on me, then so be it. I'm not bringing Ley Line to stop Gaia's Blessing loops. Yeah, I think your boarding plan is not very good. I would not do that. On the play, my plan is to make sure my opponent can't play spells. That's why I'm going to mulligan this hand. Unfortunately, this is not going to do it. No Lana. It's very sad. This will have to do. 2 cards to the bottom, 5 mana to start. I guess it's Crawler Null Rod. If you ever catch me boarding in Leyline of the Void to beat Oath, that's the end of me. It's a cyborg replaced AI, Justin. It's not happening. My opponent is on a mold of 4. That's all Oath. All Oath decks either have a Blessing or a Yogwill, or that you don't even know if they have a Blessing or not. Like, I think that's just misevaluation of what the cards that matter in the matchup are. It's a really good draw off my Crawler. Can I follow it up with a lock piece, like a sphere? This was a good 5. Opponent went to 4, and looks like they don't have anything going for them, so looks like they're gonna die. I'll do that in the combat step. I fucking hate Kinda so much. Anytime something randomly happens that has nothing to do with the cards that matter, he's just like, ah, yes. See? Scrawling Crawler, clearly the reason we win. When literally any creature wins the game on the spot. Oh, it's average kinda interaction. Patrick Automaton would have been equally as good. Maybe even better. All right, on to round 3. All right, welcome to round 3 of our workshop extravaganza. I am playing against a Lurrus gamer. Yep, that's a keeper. It is a keeper. If it's PO, I want Chalice on 0. I guess I'm just always chalicing on 0 here. This is not the best sphere. I wonder if I'm just supposed to play a Stone Coil Serpent if I already landed Chalice on 0. I think I am. Because I don't have another land follow-up. Against Lurrus. Oh, yeah, Sphere would have helped against Probe, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Wasteland, so it is Lurrus control. Oh, I'm glad I didn't Sphere lock myself. Should I Sphere lock myself, chat? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it for the content. I'm not sure this is the right idea, but 5 more attacks. Basics. Come on, workshop, 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 gaming, workshop, gaming, workshop, gaming, workshop, workshop. Tolarian Academy. Hit me with Tolarian Academy. Oh, big. Let me attack. I shouldn't have done that first. Double sphere block myself. What now, opponent? What now? I'm Shops Gaming. No land, no land, no land. Pass, no land, pass. I'm surprised they didn't like fetch basic and force or something. Yeah. But Seer Shops is already too good, not me. We can't CRK top 8 with it. That means like we can't unban any cards. No cards. Too strong. It's kind of dangerous to wasteland this strip mine, right? Like we're not allowed to do that because we would have to make sure this. Maybe it's fine. I guess I can wait. I can wait. Yeah, we're doing it. Well, there's nothing they can play right now. We want them to not have the land. It just means we're not casting anything for the rest of this game, so we need to make sure we're winning in 9 in 3 hits. No, I think it's better to just... I think it's better to just... You guys really want to hit the fetch here? That's crazy to me. Shouldn't it be better to hit the strip mine and play our own strip mine? Like, we don't have to play anything for the rest of the game. We just need to make sure they don't make it to 3 mana to kill this serpent. I feel like hitting the fetch here is really bad. Like, I don't think it's enough. Like, if we only had 1 waste... Like, this makes it so every land they have off the top is that's not a fetch is dead. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that play is just really bad if you make it hit the fetch. Like, yeah, we're not playing anything for the rest of this game. Our best draws are more wastelands, but we're definitely getting them to at least 3. It's just a question of if they have 2 more, if they hit 2 more lands. Oh, they have Lorien revealed? Okay, I think we're going to lose then. They need to hit 1 more land drop after all of this. They need their 7th land drop of the game. No. I'm thinking like 1 mana removal. Frog doesn't matter because Frog is hard to cast. It's just 1 mana removal, right? I have to dodge land, 7th land of the game plus 1 mana removal. I feel like if I were them, I would have gotten a Surveil land at some point here. Wow! Big! If I had gone for the strip, the strip mine, the fetch play, I think we would have lost this game by a lot. Classic Twitch chat trying to get me killed. That's a huge win. That was a huge win. All right, so Kobe, we're gonna bring in the ley lines to stop Lurrus. Nah, I'm just playing. Wormcoil, flagship. What is does Shadow Spear come in here? I don't know when we bring in Shadow Spear. That one it's not clear on. Dismember. Hey, you're the shop's expert. Null Rod's got to be bad though, right? Null Rod's got to be bad. I assume we still want things like Bobble. Do you really want Thorn against 10 creatures? Is Shadow Spear good here though? I guess it could be. Chalice on 1, probably. Probably pretty good. Chalice on 1. I guess you probably still want Vexing Bobble, right? To like force through your stuff. And draw. Probably still want that. I guess the thing that I don't know about this is Thorn. Thorn looks pretty sus. Do I want to be able to search for Bazooka Bog? I think yes. I think it's a good thing to have an access to. So then it's a question of, do I have another card that's worse than Shadow Spear? I don't know that we have a card that's worse than Shadow Spear here. Trinosphere is probably, I mean, it's still pretty good on turn 1. Mana Crypt? I don't like cutting Mana Crypt. If I'm going to lose to flips, I'll lose to flips. I don't know. None of these other cards make sense to me to cut. So maybe I just let it go. But if I'm not bringing in Shadow Sphere here, I guess you can bring it against Mono White. Trying to figure out what the Shadow Sphere is for. Let's just try it without it. Maybe it's just for Mono White in the mirror. It's possible. Okay. Wasteland. Mox. Dredge? Maybe. Null Rod! Mox Null Rod turn 1? Alright. How do I want to approach this? It's Probably just Wasteland, Wasteland. We kind of need workshops and tombs from this spot. That's it? They kept and that's they kept and that's their hand? No more lands? Okay. Let's play Emerald and then Bauble. Still turns off forces. It's Wasteland. Didn't Wasteland my Talon Gates. Will they Wasteland my Saga? Almost assuredly. But do I have a different option? Wait. Wait sounds pretty bad. Resolves? That's huge. That's absolutely huge. I cannot believe that Saga trigger resolved. Because they have Lorien revealed. I mean, that's why. I'll see if we can capitalize on that. They can't Bowmaster this. And I almost want to beta Bowmaster. Why, chat? Why would you want to do that now? What are you playing around? What are you doing? I can do that at any point. So why do you want to trigger now in that point in time? Yeah, you need a reason. It's about giving them extra information. Like this also like gives them the option of messing up with a Bowmaster killing it. Like I think it's just clearly wrong to do it on the other turn unless there's an interaction that I'm missing. All right, so Bauble turns Force back on, but it also spheres them. Sorry, Sphere turns Bauble back. Sphere turns Bauble back, turns Bauble off and Force back on. Our best draw is Tombs and Workshops by far. They hit their land. That's unfortunate. Needed to hit mana there. This is a bad spot. In my opinion, we need to be hitting lands every turn. Because once they hit 3 mana, they can play Frogs and Bowmasters, and it's quite bad for me. Yeah, just did not hit lands. Not much I could have done here besides mulligan my hand. I don't think I was supposed to not Wasteland the Wasteland. Everything else looks fine. Could have not. Yeah, I definitely wasn't supposed to not play Sphere. I just had to hit. I just need to hit lands. Like if I hit Workshop, then I'm in a great spot. I just didn't hit Workshop right. Kind of the name of the game. And now I can get forced because Bobble's off. They can buy Lurrus. They can play another 2-drop. Looks like they're delving. That means that force is off. So if I rip a workshop here, I can play a spell. I did not rip a workshop here. No workshop, no academy, no nothing. No, not the 3 with 13 land fast bond. Still can't march me. After you play your land, you can, though. Swords me, I should say. Alright. Oh, this game is just about over. Give it another draw for Tolarian. Yeah. Sadly, I think this was a very winnable game if our draws are lands off the top for like most of the game. And we do have a lot of those. 20 of them. But if we don't hit lands, then this game is never going to progress in the way we need it to. Discard to hand size. All right. Invested. Try again here on the play. Do we want Thorn back in on the play? I don't really think so. No lands. Okay. No, restrictive elements, but lots of stuff. This skyship doesn't actually kill anything. Kind of want to put it back and keep the fair. Because it's hard to remove, but they have swords in their deck, so it's not actually hard to remove. So I'm going to go Ancient Tomb, Lotus, Golos. That way if I get Wastelanded, I can still go Workshop Crawler. Also, Crawler's terrible against Bowmaster. Yikes. Yikes. I brought in Wormcoil or no? Did. But they're also Swords deck, so it doesn't matter. It's not like they're blue-black. I'm just going to keep it. They mulligan as well, at least. I'm getting Saga. All right, well, we resolved a turn 1 Golos with the ability to activate it on turn 2 and a Scrawling Crawler coming down, so I'm pretty happy about that. They probably have to Wasteland us realistically. Kinda will be suspiciously absent. Or say that it won the game because it drew Bowmaster or something. I don't know, some nonsense. All right, Tundra go. Metamorph is not a bad draw. No. If you win Echo Eternal Weekend, yes. I will stream it if you win Echo Eternal Weekend. That is enough. That is a high enough bar, I think. Baited the swords out on the Golos. Now we've got a Constructs. Still like pretty bad in the Frog here, right? No restrictive elements makes this crawler a wee bit sus. This whole deck's a wee bit sus. All right. Seems like we're getting Bowmastered if we're passing the turn here, which is notably bad for me. I think I want to Saga token now, just in case something bad happens. For what, man? Like, I had to cut the 3 null rods. There's like, how can I board Crawler? There's nothing to board. Like, what do you want from me? I'm pretty sure you have to leave the Crawler in. Oh, it didn't get Bowmastered. What are we doing now? I've got 5 mana. I can play another Golos. I guess I get a Vexing Bauble, right? So I can just play Golos here. For Caracas. I didn't bring a Needle. Oh, I should have brought in Needle for fucking... Oh, I should have brought in Needle for Frog, right? That's my fault. I forgot about that. We get Hercules will die. It's fine. I should have brought in Needle for Frog. That's a mistake. Frog and Wit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like you want that though. It's just swords. They just want to draw with the crawler. Blue. Consign my search trigger. Opponent, you're nutty. You're a nutty opponent. What are we doing? This is Caracas, right? Could it be a cat? And I have too much mana. Could it be Wasteland? Could it be Fair? I feel like it's Caracas, probably. Don't say Crawler bamboozling them. What does Crawler have to do with anything? Yeah, I think this is Caracas. Take 7, I guess? Maybe they have a swords as okay, they have a swords as well. All right, fair enough. Wait, that's not swords. Iron cycle. Take 7. Take 1. What is the plan? If we get Hercules, I'll be so sad. But we have a lot of mana. Maybe we can come back. All right. Surely I'm not allowed to... I mean, Bowmaster, right? Kill my crawler, get a blocker. No? No, we're not doing that? All right. There's just no shot I'm supposed to play anything, right? I'm just supposed to attack all? Because, like, getting Hercules here would be bad. I think that's true. If they have swords, they're still dead. If they have swords, they live, but they would always live. Okay, I attack. Oh, swords bounce. Snap swords. Okay. So that means they live regardless of if I played pre-combat. Well, if I had played Lodestone pre-combat, that would have stopped this. But now I can probably play like Lodestone, Metamorph Lodestone, so. Okay, so this puts them to 2. Okay. All right. Okay. They're out. They're out of here. We would get to go Lodestone, Metamorph Lodestone here, which should be game winning. No, this is only hits creatures and planeswalkers. I don't really feel like we were supposed to win that game, but I'll take it. All right, welcome to round 4. We're 2-1, still alive. We're up against a possible Lurrus Saga gamer, but they don't have Lurrus here, so probably not Lurrus PO then. Can't mulligan this hand, so see what happens. I think put and it might actually work though, Harmony. Oh, Workshop Vexing Bauble. No Mox Ruby for us. Also, no Trinisphere really. And Mana Vault. And the One Ring. Well, at least we have Scrawly Crawly. Because this is Jewel or Raker. We have our tech piece. So that does something at least. And then we have, I don't know, Wasteland Trinisphere next turn. Should be able to just stack abilities automatically, right? So still don't know if it's Jewel or Raker. A Null Rod would be our best draw, right? A Null Rod would be nuts. Still don't know if it's Jewel or Raker. Probably Raker, though, right? Looks like Raker. If it's Raker, then I think Trinisphere is actually good. Where if it's Jewel, I think Trinisphere is not very good. But if it's Raker, I can Wasteland and play Trinisphere here, and I think it's actually quite good. We might just have enough. These are absolutely the kind of matchups where it makes sense to have Scrawly Crawly in the deck. If I draw nothing of value, I like Wasteland Trinisphere. Chat is still thinking about our mana matrix. It's a really good mana matrix, to be fair. Like it's a really good mana matrix. I want to be thinking about it too. But I'm F6, so. Technically, every single one of these cards could still be in Jewel, but it's highly unlikely, right? That you find a top in Jewel. But it could technically still be Jewel. Yeah, yeah, like, but it could be. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't rule anything out. One is deep in the tank. Let's see what they got for us. Why'd you speak this into existence, bro? How could you do that? Now that Trinisphere is no good. I guess I have Wasteland. So this is still fine. Can't believe you spoke that into existence, Corey. Disgusting. Ugh. They didn't even have to draw it with top. They just naturally had it. Untap Monolith. Needle. And Wasteland, I guess? So it's Raker then, right? Because Raker would, okay, it's just Raker then. So yeah, it makes sense that, ooh, another crawly. Oh, baby. So I guess, so do we play Sphere? I guess it doesn't hurt, right? Every point counts. They might just not be able to draw out of this fast enough. Their combo kills don't work. They're taking 1,000,000 damage. I assume we're winning from this spot. So the Needle on Wasteland was nice. It also lets them play Mox. I guess they could always crack Bobble if they wanted to play Mox. So. Well, they can't activate the ring because they'll die. What does Raker do from this spot? They need Talon Gates? But now we have 2 Rakers, so they would need 2 Talon Gates? If it was 1 Raker, it's pretty easy Talon Gates and win. But this looks really bad for them. They have an Inventor's Fair. Does that mean it's not Raker? Does that mean it's like a prison shop deck that happen to have 1 ring? Or they just have an Inventor's Fair as a tech piece? They got a Mystic Forge. Crack Bobble took 2. Lotus. Exile. Got him. Scrawly. Like I said, I think this is a beautiful example of why you do want to have Scrawly in the 75. There are matchups in the format where it just makes a lot of sense. So do we think our opponent is on Raker? Has to be. With Monolith and Ring and Needle and Fair. Exile to Workshop. I mean, it could technically be Jewel, but like, would Jewel play Inventor's Fair? If there's a Jewel with an Inventor's Fair, I'm going to go across the screen and take away their mouse privileges, because you're not allowed to register an Inventor's Fair in your deck that doesn't have enough fucking blue mana sources. I'll be so mad. You also can't register main deck Needle and Jewel. I think it's gotta be Raker. It's gotta be Raker. All right. So if we think our opponent is on Raker, what do? We bring in maybe Mind Break Trap, maybe not. Unclear. Null Rod, possibly. I like the Skyship to kill opposing crawlers. Maybe we like an idea of a Shadow Spear. If they're on the One Ring, we might want the Needle anyways. And then Worm Coil doesn't seem like it does anything. So probably not Worm Coil. Do we want Dismember? Probably, yeah. So maybe we don't want... We definitely don't want Thorn or Bauble on the draw or Trinisphere on the draw or Chalice on the draw. I mean, Chalice on the 1 could actually be pretty good here. Maybe we want to keep Chalice. Lodestone looks pretty bad. Do we think that these cards are better than Spheres? I kind of think they probably are. Traxos at least has Trample and can get through these like little dudes that block. I'm gonna try this. Seems like a reasonable way to go about it. Oh, yeah, right. Bog could come out. I always forget the Bog. You're totally right though. That one I just like, it hides in my with the old frame. It hides over in my lands and no. Ooh, this hand is kind of nice. I like this hand. Assuming they're on Raker, this hand has a lot of good options. I guess we're kind of doubled up on Needle, Null Rod, but I guess I could name Tezzeret, right? It's pretty good. I think I'll probably go Sapphire, Needle, Tezzeret, Academy, Null Rod. Depends. Like, it depends on what their play is, of course. Hey, Andy, thanks for the deck list. It's been okay. We did have to play Oath in round 1 and 2, which was not something I was particularly happy about, but so far so good. I figured I'd do something different than play Lurrus PO for like the 4th time in a row, so. Yeah. I mean, I kind of think that for a lot of the same reasons, Oath and Sphere Shops were both cyclical metagame answers to the same top decks. So they both kind of shifted in at the same time, and then Oath gets the advantage there. Blue Black Lurrus is not an unbeatable deck by any means. Black Lotus. It's a good start. Doesn't cast Raker, though. Well, I wouldn't say Workshop was seeing play yet. I think this week we'll probably see more Workshop than last week, because I had a good week last week into the Blue Black Lurrus. The metagame is cycling. It just took longer than it should have, because I guess there were just like no big tournaments. Maybe that was the reason why people stopped pushing for a cycle, because it did kind of stagnate for a little while. But the big tournaments that happened last weekend were not the same metagame that was being played in challenges even the week prior. So I still kind of think Vintage is in a great spot. I think everything is viable. Everything has its time. I mean, Initiative hasn't been doing well for the most part. It's been putting up less than 50% win rate for a few weeks, though it had a couple weeks where it put up like 51. But it didn't show up is probably the more important thing. People don't actually play as much Initiative, it seems, for that big event. Which is how I feel most of the high-level events go. Yeah, I kind of agree, Andy. So my opponent went turn 1, Lotus Tezzeret, Tutor, Mana Crypt, make a bunch of mana, Expedition Map for a Saga, which is a great series of plays. But they are going to lose because my thing is better. Oh, you think it's my combo Raker list? Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh my god. Oh, this makes so much sense. It's my combo Raker list. You're right. So if my opponent doesn't have an Ancient Tomb, it's super safe for me to go Needle, Tezzeret, Tolarian, Nullrod. And even if they have an Ancient Tomb, they make one Construct and I Wasteland them after. And I have to beat one Construct, which seems totally fine, right? So I think that's my plan. I'm going to play a Needle on Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. And then I'm going to play Academy, and I'm going to play a Null Rod. This is definitely one of the weaknesses of this deck. Oh, they have the city, so they do make a 5/5, which I can directly answer with my Dismember. I could destroy the city. No, I think I just want to kill the Saga. And then I'm just going to Dismember this. And then next turn I play a Saga of my own, and I can't imagine I'm in a bad spot from here. It's going to be really hard for them to win. That is a reason not to play Saga. What would I get? I could get my own Inventor's Fair. I could get Caracas. But like, I mean, I'm already have like all the things I want to search for, so it's a little weird, but it's probably still correct. I mean, it could just be Inventor's Fair for Crucible. That might just be even better. But I could go Caracas first and then get Inventor's Fair for Crucible. It's just slower. Whereas next turn, I could pop Inventor's Fair and get Crucible and Wasteland my opponent. I think that's more than enough. My opponent's answer is Portable Hole on the Null Rod. So I could also tutor a second Null Rod. Oh, Scrawly Crawly. That's a different one. Doesn't matter too much, though. I think I just play a Crawler. Hold on. If I play a Crawler, I make 5 mana. It doesn't give me enough mana, so I should just... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go... Oh, I don't have enough mana to do my plan. Oh. That does make me look silly. Maybe I just play a big Stonecoil Serpent then. They haven't lost any flip. They lost one flip. I mean, I could get a second Null Rod, so I'm not weak to Portable Hole. Maybe I do that next turn. Probably should do this post-combat so my opponent doesn't know that I have an 8/8 Trampler before I attack. It's okay. Can't all play well. Alright, they're just off it. They could still have Portable Hole, but then they probably have to Portable Hole the Stonecoil Serpent. They're at a very low life total. Well, Null Rod is very good against Raker, confirmed. All right, round 5 on the play versus a triple queuing Goblin Elder. This should be interesting. Sadly, this hand does not function. If I had a workshop, it'd be pretty damn good, though. I guess we're going to have to hope this Null Rod is good versus whatever Goblin Elder is choosing to do today. Though, if they're triple queuing, I have to think it'd be good. They've played a bit of everything. Most recently played Lurrus Breach, but has played Initiative in the past, as well as Dredge. Well, this is a pretty good hand against Initiative and Dredge. So, I think I'm going to keep and bottom the Stone... The Golo... What if I just bottom this Jet? On the idea that the Null Rod is resolving. Oh, shit! I didn't play around Chancellor. I need to keep the Jet. I guess I can throw the Stone Coil Serpent in. Damn. That's a fine, I guess. I want to play turn 1 Null Rod here, so... Alright, mono white initiative. We've got a Null Rod, so we have some time. We have a Wasteland. We've got time. Let's see how this goes. I guess we wouldn't have put any of these cards back, because I think we play around Dredge this way. Strip Mine means we're going to play a nice slow game. I think it's probably good on the play. Let's get a Bajuka Bog, exile their Strip Mine. Next turn we can get a Patchwork. Meadow. I mean, we have to play Patchwork, right? I guess I should just play it now. Oops. In case they play like a Vexing Bauble or a Void Mirror. They had no follow-up is really good for us. I guess I have to Wasteland. Pretty far from Golos. Vexing Bauble's really bad, but at least it bumps my guy. Once again in the spot where we need to hit lands. Oh, they're out of lands, chat. Crawler. If they just miss on lands too. Chrome Mox. Pearl. I mean, at least it gets bigger. 4/4 is a big break point. No land. Our opponent's just missing on lands. Workshop off the top, from the top rope. GG. Wow. I feel like we got pretty lucky there. I will say that I'm not sure that everyone would make the correct play there of pitch Stonecoil Serpent to Chancellor and play Null Rod. I think a lot of people would, especially vintage regulars, but that's a very important line to make there. So I wanted to highlight that. All right, we got the on the play win against Mono White. That's huge. It's super huge. How do we board versus Mono White? Maybe we want Mind Break Traps, Worm Coil, Sky Sovereign, maybe Null Rod, Shadow Spear, Dismember for sure. We don't want Bog, and I think probably on the draw we don't want any of this stuff. And then on the play, I mean, Chalice is pretty bad on the draw too. On the draw, we're probably just in trouble in general. What's Chalice on 1 just for swords? I guess that's fine, yeah. All right, so I think on the... We'll have to rearrange maybe on the play. We might want to change this up a little bit, but on the draw, this makes a lot of sense to me. Let's try this. Opponent actually, to their credit, was playing really fast that game. Maybe they want to get it done. I'm excited for that. This is going to be a mulligan, though. This is going to have to be a keep, but it certainly is worse. I think I'd rather have the Chalice than the Ghost Quarter. Not sure, though. This hand's not very good. But I'm not really sure I'm allowed to mulligan it either. No Chancellor from the opponent. Chrome Mox. What is this? Oh, a Clarion Conqueror. It's pretty cool looking. Ancient Tomb. It's supposed to be like all access pass or something. Trinisphere. Let's see. I wish I had my Ghost Quarter back. Definitely wish I had my Ghost Quarter back. 5 mana, so it must be a Dungeoneer. I mean, how am I beating a Dungeoneer without drawing a Dismember? I can't Wasteland there, though. If it was something that wasn't this bad for me, I could, like, play something after and maybe I'd be okay. Like, just, like, Crucible lock my opponent, but... Yo, what up, Christmas? Wormcoil. Alright, I mean, it's definitely gonna have to be a dude. I guess if I draw a Workshop on the next turn and play a Wormcoil, it might be enough to live, but it might just not be enough to live. Also, I can't kill this now because it's bigger than Dismember. That's really bad for me. Yeah, being on the draw in this matchup looks pretty unwinnable. Swords is on top of the library as well, which answers the Wormcoil cleanly. Also, I'm dead on board. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. That's not Strip Mine, that's an Ancient Tomb. But yeah, okay, so we had no chance. We were on the draw. Now we're on the play, and so we need to reorganize this. I want Bauble, and I want Trinisphere, and I want Sphere. I might even want Thorn because of the way they play the game out, but I might not want Thorn. But what cards don't I want? I'm gonna have to find some really cards I need to cut. I feel like I want all the creatures and the Dismember and the Crucible. Maybe I am not bringing in the Spheres then. Maybe I'm just bringing in the 2 Haymakers on the play. And I'm just leaving the Spheres out of it. I'm just looking for turn 1 Null Rod. No Karn in this deck, no. I think this makes sense to me. Trinisphere Bauble in, full Null Rods. We want turn 1 Null Rod, really. Or like a really big Patchwork. Something like that. Let's give it a shot. On the play, what do we got? We've got turn 1 Null Rod into Crawly Crawly. It's pretty bad if I get Wastelanded this time. I could go Talon Gates Mox to save my Tomb, but then I lose out on Talon Gates. I mean, I'm doing this. I just need to... Oh, I might have to throw my Mox into a Chancellor. We have to see what opponent chooses to do here. Because if my opponent doesn't have a Chancellor, I think I'm supposed to go Talon Gates, Mox, Null Rod. That way, if I get Wastelanded, it's less bad for me. I'm not in workshops. Okay. Crawly. I mean, if they have Ancient Tomb 3-drop, it's... Oh, Swords immediately. It's quite good. They have Ancient Tomb 3-drop here, it's really bad. They don't have Ancient Tomb, then I think we're okay. Wasteland. They're going to Wasteland my Tomb? Please Wasteland my Tomb. Yes, that's so good for me. As long as I don't have another swords, I guess. No swords, nice. Okay. This gives us more looks for lands. I might have some range. Ooh, they drew the Ancient Tomb. And they played a White Plume. It's pretty bad for me. Alright. Them ripping Ancient Tomb there was definitely bad for me. All right, we draw a card on upkeep. Skyship. Ooh, please. Workshop, 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 workshop. Please. Please give me a workshop. Oh, that would be so good. Got him. I can't crew it, though, because I have a null rod. So maybe it's not actually as good as I want it to be. I feel like stealing the initiative is worth it. Boat! No basic. Yeah, but we're in a workshop deck, so you can kind of think of it as a 2-mana braid or whatever. They just have a follow-up Dungeoneer. Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we just lose anyways. Damn. Well, maybe Traxos is enough here. They don't have another sword. It's a 7/7 trampler. Can't crew my stupid boat. If I could crew my boat, it'd actually be pretty good here if I could crew my boat. Are we sure Scrawling Crawler is actually good? This is not the matchup where it's good. Were you here for the last round where it single-handedly beat my opponent? It's only good versus a certain set of vintage decks. But it is a set of vintage decks that you typically have a hard time beating, so you want it in your deck, basically. How did they get 6 cards in hand? Well, they haven't played any 0 drops, and we also gave them 1 extra card. There's another workshop. I have no wastelands, huh? Trinisphere. I don't think that actually helps me. All right. Play a Traxos. I guess I just play the Trinisphere, though. They are losing life to the Scrawling Crawler. I go to 12, and then if they attack, I don't die, and then they die on the swing back. Are you sure it's a main deck card? I think so. If you play it at all, I think you play it in the main. My opponent needs to draw swords, don't they, to win here? Wasteland. Archives? I think they're losing, right? They also drew an extra card. They look dead. Are they dead? Oh, it untaps. Fuck. So are we dead? I have to swing out. I guess we're just dead then. That sucks so much. We never drew a wasteland for this ancient tomb, which was pretty rough. All right, well, I just got to give my opponent the chance to fuck up somehow. They have to block with something here. So if they block with this, they don't die, though. But we don't technically die either, right? Okay. Oh. Isn't that... Okay. This is game 3. What are you talking about? I guess this makes sense. No reason. Well, if I attack with both, it's bad because they block the Seasoned Dungeoneer on the Crawler, and they block the White Plume on the Traxos, and then they probably kill me on the swing back, right? Whereas this one, I'm still dealing damage. I mean, I could be wrong. Because I'm going to have to chump anyways. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. We just have like no cards that matter, sadly. You just did not draw more cards that mattered. Yeah, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I had to swing both. I mean, they could have made the same block anyways. I don't think losing the initiative matters. I think it's just not dying that matters. Yeah. I don't think that matters though, because like the seasoned engineer. Ah. Yeah, they hit Chancellor, Witch Enchanter, Archon, seasoned engineer. They went for Witch Enchanter. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we just die. I don't think we had a line out there. We kind of needed to draw Dismember or something. We drew a lot of cards, but only one of the cards that we like really drew mattered. It was close. That would be like a good card to have drawn earlier too, right? Not into the Witch Enchanter though. Yeah. Again, like this is not the. I understand. I understand the positive next from the crawler. I'm the biggest anti-crawler card person you've ever met. We lost round one. Round 6, win and possibly break her into the top 8 of this event. We are up against the person who made the deck, which might not be a good sign. Montolio, I would certainly consider to be a better Shops player than I am. And we lost the die roll, so... Can't imagine keeping this one. Not enough mana, not enough plays on turn 1. This is a lot better. Let's keep this hand and bottom this Bajuka Bog. All right, Montolio. What you got for me? 3-2. Win, and we are in the tiebreak scrum. Lose, and we are a pathetic 50% gamer. Turn 1, Scrawly Crawly, plus Mox, plus Mox, plus Sphere. Seems good. I guess that means that I have to go Mox Automaton because I have no other play that I can really do. I could, of course, play Workshop Automaton, but then my Moxes cost mana next turn, and that seems like it'd be a pretty big hindrance. If I get Wastelanded, I lose the game. This is unfortunately just, I think, a die roll diff. But I don't think there was anything we could realistically have done besides win the die roll. Not much we could do there. Talon Gates, interesting. Yep, there's the Wasteland. So we're going to be super far behind unless we draw another Workshop. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is just the problem with playing Workshop is there's nothing you can do. You are just at the whims of your opponents. And we are completely dead. I hate playing Workshop. I hate playing non-blue. I just have no control over the outcome of the game too often. All right. They did basically what we wanted to do if we were on the play. I think if we were on the play, there's a pretty good chance we were winning this game, but being on the draw means we just instantly lose and we have no thing we can do about it. Oh, for content. Just for content. Do we even have enough cards to bring in here? We kind of don't really have enough cards to bring in here. I guess we can leave Bobble, Trinisphere, Chalice. I mean, Trinisphere is not good at all. Yeah, I mean, like, we have to do something, right? Because, like, all of these sphere-based effects are just garbage. But, like, we don't really want a Null Rod either. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely feel like I can play a Workshop deck. For big tournaments, I choose not to. But I think it's good for me to show people different decks, right? We were close, though. We were close to top 8ing this event, but unfortunately, we'd have to get pretty lucky, considering we have to win on the play and then win on the draw. I think I just want to take these out and put some cards that have some text in. But I mean, I don't really think like no, I don't know. We just like don't have a lot of control over anything here. This hand would be good if I had payoffs, but I don't have any payoffs. This hand, I guess, is a keep, and we hope and pray. What else am I doing here? I mean, this hand's really bad, too. I am not thrilled, but maybe it'll be enough. I'm gonna go Mox Wasteland Null Rod, and then I'll go Hiding the Academy, so on the next turn I can play Academy Crawler, and then maybe we'll see from there. I used to like Ravager mirrors, but not like a lot. I think these are worse, but maybe that's just hindsight or like nostalgia or something. I don't know. Like if they just have a workshop here, like we're dead. I don't know. I kind of think the whole deck is about high rolling, unfortunately. Like you don't have any control, so it's just throw the cards. Like obviously there's skill involved. I'm not saying it's not skilled. Like understanding sequencing and what hands you're supposed to keep and those kind of things is important. Damn, that's actually super annoying here because it means I can't play my Scrawling Crawler. Do I play 2-mana Shadowsphere and Wasteland their Ancient Tomb? I feel like it's pretty bad too. I mean, I can't imagine I'm supposed to not, but like it's so bad. Just so bad. I think they're probably slow rolling anything, like Wasteland, anything. Yeah, I mean, but like, what am I supposed to do? Like, can I afford to not do it? Like, I have to play it, right? I have to make that play. I can't just like not Wasteland there while they have. So now we just like who can draw more lands? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to be too Debbie Downer about it, but I was kind of sad because we were putting up a good fight here and on the way to possible time. I mean, we still could. If I draw enough workshops, I'm not holding that. There's just no way I'm holding that. Because if I draw another 1-mana land, I want to be able to play Patchwork, right? Oh, now I guess I just make a construct. So I win this game. Like, isn't that dumb? Isn't this... I did nothing here. All my plays were 100% forced besides this playing Saga, which I guess could be bad. I don't know. I don't feel like... I don't feel any satisfaction from that. We won the game, but I don't feel happy, which is not a good sign. But maybe that's just a me problem. All right, we need to somehow win Shop's Mirror on the draw. I definitely don't want Chalice of the Void or Vexing Bauble here. So I guess I'm going to try to scam a Mindbreak Trap. Okay. I'm surprised they left in Spheres, but maybe I don't know. Maybe if I guess their plan would have worked if I had not hit lands and they had hit lands, right? Well, anything that they have to needle also needles us because we are playing a 75 card mirror probably because I stole their deck list. I just don't know how you're supposed to break serve. Like, how do you break serve? Ah, this hand looks pretty good. That seems like a way you could break serve. I'm gonna F6, then hopefully I'll randomly F3 mind break trap him. That's all I can do, right? All right, hold on. No looking at chat. I need to be an F3 gamer here. I'm gonna F6, and then I'm gonna hope that he plays all his things out, and then I'm gonna quickly F3. Nope, unlucky. Played around mind break trap. All right. Now what do we do? I would like to get the mana crypt in play. But I think the Ghost Quarter could be pretty reasonable as well. But if they have Workshop, it's really bad for me to Ghost Quarter. So I should probably just go Ghost Quarter Mana Crypt. I'm going to lose so much life. Now I don't need to F6 trap. I am representing Dismember anyways. Oh, another Sphere. Am I getting Wastelanded? I am getting Wastelanded. Well, I might be able to lock them under their own. Oh, wait, no, I lost my Ghost Quarter. So maybe I should have played my Talon Gates instead. Maybe that was a mistake then. Kind of didn't consider that. Oh, wow, that draw is nuts, isn't it? Because now I can just play Crawler. Because one of these is a Thorn and not a Sphere. I might win this game. Going for a Sphere lock on the play is an interesting choice. That's different from what I chose to do. He kept in Spheres both on the play and on the draw in this matchup, which I'm surprised, honestly. I'm sure he'll come. I mean, if he's not feeling too bad, if after the match, or even if he, maybe if he wins after he comes back, I'd love to hear about it. Well, I don't have the best stuff still. I don't have... Oh, this makes 2 mana, so I can play another Crawler. Okay, that's got to be nuts then. Okay. Yeah, I think this is enough. I think we broke serve. I'm so surprised he went for Spheres and Thorns. That's so surprising to me. I'm sure there's a very good reason, but it just feels like... I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the right avenue. I don't think he can come back from this, because even if he stabilizes, like, he's going to get drained out, right? I mean, I got lucky, right? I drew Ancient Tomb this game. That was a really good draw. I don't think I had Ancient Tomb in my opener. I had the Tolarian. I'm really lucky this is a Thorn and not a Sphere, though. Because if it was a Sphere, I'd be locked out of the game, right? Wow. Oh, maybe we'll top 8 on Breakers. We'll see. Patchwork, but not big enough to block profitably. And I technically can dismember this and win? No, I got triple Wasteland. Okay, I mean, I think it makes sense. Like, triple Wasteland, Thorn Sphere, like... It definitely makes sense. Do I even need to dismember? He's already at 3, right? I don't even need to dismember. I just attack. Wow, I feel like I got really lucky. I feel like I got so lucky. Or, yeah, Talon or Dismember or anything. I mean, we had the right cards, I think, to break serve. If there was ever a hand that broke serve here, I feel like this is definitely the one that lines up in a way that makes sense. opponent had yeah. I mean, we got wastelanded, but we just had the mana crypt, and that was the difference. We just had enough mana every time. Wow. Hey man, sometimes you gotta get lucky to win matches of Magic, and I'll take it here. All right, welcome to a top 8 with an unlikely deck choice in Montolio's Prison Shops, Sphere Shops, Golos Shops, whatever you want to call it. We are on the draw versus a likely Oath gamer. This player won a challenge with Oath a few tournaments back and actually pretty much started the metagame cycle into Oath. So a powerful gamer. Our hand, I mean, on the play, our hand's obviously great. On the draw, I mean, I can't imagine we mulligan it, though. I feel like we've got 3-ball wasteland. I don't know. It feels like we have to probably keep it, but I don't know. I don't exactly know what hand on the draw is good against Oath. We had this problem in round 1 and round 2 when we played against Oath, and I just, like, don't think there are hands that are good on the draw is the problem. Hey, Oko, stay away. We don't want any Okos. No Okos in play, please. Oh, no. That is a precarious set of... Oh, no. I mean, to be fair, my opponent went 5-1, and MTGO does have the modified play draw rule now, where the top seed gets to play first. So they earned the top seed here. We're probably dead. We are probably... dead. Why does this look like a turn 1 Oko? No, wait, ban them. Timeout. The timeout. 1 minute timeout. Oko Thief of Crowns is timed out for 60 seconds. My God. Yeah. And an Orchard. Do you have an Oath too? Wow. My opponent's turn 1 was Lotus, Mox, Orchard, Oko, Oath. All right, I'm going to go to game 2. It was a close game. Both teams fought hard. All right, on the play. On the play, I think we do want all of our anti-combo stuff. I think a Null Rod is good. A Cage is obviously coming in. The Bog can go. I mean, we didn't lose the die roll, CRK. Opponent won the die roll by being of the higher seat. So they've got 5 wins. We only had 4 wins, so can't complain. So these are the cards we brought in last time, and I believe we took out... What did we take out? Let's see if we can go back and look. This was round 1, right? And round 2, we played against Oath. So we played against Oath 3 times today. Not ideal. All right. We brought in Needle, Cage, Null Rod, and I took out Crawler, Traxos. Makes sense. But I forgot about Bog. We can definitely take out Bog. So maybe take out Bog, Traxos, Crawler. Maybe we take out Bog, Crawler. Something like this seems reasonable. On the draw, we might bring in Mindbreak Trap just to try to steal a game, but on the play, we have so many hate pieces. We should be, or so many, not hate pieces. Cage is a hate piece. Restrictive pieces inside of Sphere Resistances and Thorns and stuff. Let's try this. Well, I think I'd rather have Patchwork than Crawler. Unfortunately, conceding before my opponent saw what I was playing to conceal information is not typically a tactic I do on stream because it's typically useless. My opponent can always turn on the stream and look at my deck list. They can always turn on my mock field and look at my deck list. They can always turn on my Twitter and look at my deck list. So I don't typically concede to hide information very often, but I was so dead on turn 1, I might as well. I'm not coming back from turn 1 Oko normally, and I'm not coming back from turn 1 Oath normally. I'm not coming back from turn 1 Oath Orchard normally, and I'm not coming back from turn 1 Oko Oath. I can't even say it. It's a tongue twister. Oko Oath Orchard. Oh. Alliteration. Every time I've ever posted like the Twitter. Oh, I'm in the top 8 and I'm going live. I always get like O2 smackdown. All right. So we're on the play this time. We get to open with, turn 1, Mox, Vexing Bobble, 3-ball or something. Some of them do. Some of them play Gaia's Blessing, but not all of lists. I don't believe this person's last list played Gaia's Blessing. This hand kind of sucks, doesn't it? I mean, we do have like Moxes and Spheres and Moxes and Null Rods, but like it's like if we had a Wasteland in this hand, like maybe you could get it going. But I think this hand is not good enough. We put it back and look for something better. Hey, just what the doctor ordered. Turn 1, 3-ball force check. I'm in. Sold. I think we can put back an Ancient Tomb. Is there any reason to put Ancient Tomb in play or Wasteland in play? It shows them Wasteland. I think we use Ancient Tomb. Not sure though. There might be a good reason to use it. They have a force? They have a force. All right, I guess we lose. Well, we tried. They kept in Flusterstorm, so they didn't look me up. Nice. I appreciate that, opponent. That means my opponent didn't go look up my deck list. That's really nice of them. I mean, we're still dead, but... So I kind of want to Wasteland here and keep them off of Show and Tell and then play Stonecoil. Maybe they're just waiting so they can play. I can play a creature and get oathed, but I mean, I feel like I just have to do the thing. Nope, no oath. That's good. I feel like if they had oath, they would have just done it. All right. Attack. So this Golos can get us a couple different things. It can get us Caracas, which is very good against Show and Tell Atraxa and Oath Atraxa. I mean, it's got to be Caracas. It could get us a Saga to help race and then maybe get a Cage. I think I want to play... There's no counterspell like a Mana Leak here, right? So I think I'd rather play out the Wasteland so I have that in play in case I would draw like another Wasteland or something. So I think I just play Golos and I get Caracas. I think that's just forced play. Technically, we could always target our own Golos as well and get more lands. But I think it's likely my opponent's going to like Show and Tell and Atraxa into play. And we do have like the Talon Gates as a backup plan as well. I can't see nothing. All right, I'm going to grab a Caracas. I have a backup. I don't have a backup anything. This is what I got. So we'll see if it works. All right. Ancestral Recall. Okay. Sapphire, so they can still stock up. And they can Oath. Oh, you want some Cascading Cataracts, John? Cascading Cataracts. That's always a fun one. Flusterstorm. Hey, man. If my opponent's gonna not look me up in between games, I appreciate that. That's huge. All right. If they play an Oath, they're only taking 7, but I have a Caracas for Atraxa, so they would have to hit something good. Oko? What are they doing with an Oko? Making a food. Interesting. I keep dying to my own Mana Crypt. I'm actually lower life total here. So I think we take away their Black Source. And I mean, they can't swap for my Golos because of Caracas. So I think I just attack all at them. Like, they can stand up next turn, but is that even that good? Pretty sure I'm just wastelanding their Black Source and attacking all at them. And then I have to choose whether or not I'm picking up my Golos. Because I guess it's always blocked by food token anyways. There's a higher chance of force because they did ancestral. I think we do it. I think we get. Do I need Saga or can I get Inventor's Fair? If they still Golos, we can buy it back later. I'm not worried about that. And what can Inventor's Fair find me on the next turn? It could find me a Needle. It could find me a Metamorph. It could find me a Cage. I think it might be better than Saga. I don't think... Well, we're not winning on the next attack is the problem. And that is a big problem. I'm going to get Saga or Fair. It's also a world where we can get like a Null Rod or something. There's a lot of versatility in Fair, and there's not a lot of versatility in Saga. But Saga can get the job done if this doesn't this attack doesn't fail. Like, this attack can fail. I think I like my initial idea of Fair. I think it gives me more versatility. And I have the mana to do it. I think I like Fair. I think Fair gives me more versatility. But I could see someone going Saga here, and I don't think it's wrong. Let's see what opponent does with this turn here. Show and tell. Stock up. That's a great sign. That's a huge win. Okay. Stock up. Okay. Like, if they like play a land and stand up food token here, we get to attack all. And then like we could tutor Null Rod even to like really pinch them on mana. It's possible. This is a winnable game. It feels like they've definitely not rolled as high as the first game. They have to work for it. They did resolve Ancestral Oko though and have multiple Moxins. We're trying our best. We definitely won't have a lethal attack next turn. Well, I guess we could if we Fair for a Golos to get a Talon Gates to phase out the food token, we could have a lethal attack. It's an aggressive play, but we could do it. I might do it. Like, I kind of want to win. I mean, if they have another extra mana to pay, They could have a force. They stood up food, and they have a rainforest. Oh, so if they hadn't stood up food, they could have... I don't want to go for it. Lost another crypt flip, by the way. I'm attacking for 8 damage, CRK. And they're at 6 life. They would have to have Beseiju in hand for it to go badly. It's so aggressive, though. I don't know. I like playing this aggressively. I should probably play the jet out. I don't know what it plays around something. I'd like to keep this Golos. Whoa, that's a huge play. That's a huge play. Oh, that's a huge play. That was pretty cool. I love a good toolbox. That is probably one of the things I like the most about this deck is the Golos toolbox. And this Talon Gates, by the way, fucked up magic card. It's so good. It's probably not even seeing enough play as it is right now. That card is unbelievable. It just does too powerful of an effect for a land. Okay. On the draw, game 3, I'm going to bring in some traps. Try to scam a win here. What do I want to take out? Do I take out more creatures and leave in all my restrictive elements? Even though the restrictive elements are so much worse on the draw? Like, there's no way I'm leaving in a Chalice on the draw in this matchup. It's not happening. Like, I can leave a Vexing Bauble in. That seems totally fine. But, like, Chalice, that's no way. So then is it another creature? Probably. Probably is a creature. Chalice on 2? I don't think so. I don't think so, chat. I think I'm going to cut a creature. I mean, if I'm cutting the cards that I continue to cut, it's just Scrawly Crawler or Traxos. I think I'm just gonna do that, and we'll run it like this, and hopefully we're gonna try to do the F6 trick. I'm not gonna look at chat. I gotta get my fingers ready. If we have the Mindbreak Trap in our hand, we'll F6 and then we'll F3. Whatever we can do. Nope, this is not it. Not enough mana, not enough disruption. Krakus is good and Wasteland is good, but this hand would need like a workshop probably to be playable. They kept 7? That's not good. I mean, this hand does have a lot of the cards that are good though. In Stonecoil and Krakus and Wasteland. It's just not functional. So it's mulligan. No trap, but we have Cage and Tolarian and Metamorph and Golos. Yeah. Yeah. Is this a putback Golos? Or is this a putback Metamorph? Or is this a putback Sphere? I mean, I'm on the draw. Like, how good is the Sphere, really? I mean, it might stop them from playing stock ups and Okos on turn 2. Isn't, like, Isn't Tomb too greedy? Isn't putting back Tomb way too greedy? Like, don't I need that? I think I'm gonna put back Metamorph, even though it's like, it's definitely not Mox. It's definitely not Mox. I'm gonna put back this Metamorph. It might seem a little weird, but yeah, but like, I think my hand functions with a Tomb, and it's functioning like, ugh. Look at CRK was correct the whole time. It was Mox the whole time, chat. I can play this Mox with a Sphere Resistance, though, so it's fine. I'm gonna go Ancient Tomb Sphere here, and then next turn I'll go Wasteland Ruby. Vexing Bobble, like, meeting my Sphere Resolve is kind of nice. Or do I want to play... I want to play Wasteland. Do I play out the Cage? Probably, because I have a Tolarian Academy. I mean, I'm not playing around Force of Vigor. I don't think it's worth ever playing around Force of Vigor. I want a Crucible of Worlds, don't I? Well, I guess it costs 4 right now. Patchy boy. So if I play Thorn, I have 4 mana. I could play... They can't counter Patchwork if I play Thorn first. But I kind of want them to counter... Well, I don't want them to counter Thorn because I don't want to get Oathed. But I could get Oath because I have a Cage. I think I play Patchwork first. This is not a bad spot. It's not a bad spot. This is not a bad spot. I think Golos is getting Saga. Maybe it's just getting Caracas. I don't know. It's so tough because Caracas, Saga, and Fair are all so good here. Maybe we'll just draw one of those things and we won't have to worry about it. Because like a Wasteland is what we want here to stop them from casting spells. But all of those things are going to be a turn slower than we really want. Come on, Wasteland off the top. Crucible off the top. Come on. Mindbreak Trap is not great. It's not great. Yeah, I mean later is good. I'm not really worried about later though. I'm kind of worried about the next turn, you know? What am I getting off this? Oh, this is a tough choice. This is probably the most interesting choice we've had all game. Saga, Wasteland, Fair, Caracas. There's no reason to get Wasteland because you can get Fair and get Crucible and Crucible Wasteland. So it's really Saga Caracas. They're still too far away from Show and Tell, but we do have a Cage in play blocking Oath. I have this Mind Break trap. And I want to hold it up next turn, theoretically, maybe. Because I could do that. So the thing that hold up Mind Break Trap is bad against is if they go land, play Oath, and they have natural Besage you on a cage. But I think it's the play. I think we're gonna go Saga Clock. And then next turn we're holding open Saga Trap. It's tough. It's tough. That's a cool that's a great screenshot choice spot. Because I think you can make reasonable justifications for Saga, Fair, and Caracas. I don't know. What is this? Already have Beseiju? What else can you cast here? Oh, Crack Bobble makes sense. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Makes a ton of sense. What is this then? This has to be Beseiju. Right? What else could it possibly be? Could be Lorien revealed. No, this has to be making green. Can't be Abrupt Decay. Has to be Beseiju. So what are they Besejuing? Are they Besejuing Cage and then playing Oath? No, they're not doing anything. No, they are. It's got to be Beseiju on Thorn. Huh. I guess that means I'm getting Show and Tell this turn. And I don't have Caracas because I got Saga. So I guess that means I lose because I didn't get Caracas. Damn, that's really bad for me. That's what I said though, right? I mean, it's not exactly what I said, but I did say Beseiju is the weakness of my line. Not that the line. Oh. Wait, what? They have second Beseiju? Yeah, but then I would still have Thorn and Cage in play. They must have second? I can't play Crawler, right? Because I want to play... I want to have Hardcast, Mindbreak Trap, and Saga activation, so... I mean, they must have another removal spell. I mean, they could have Abrupt Decay, right? But I have Mindbreak Trap for Abrupt Decay. It must be Abrupt Decay. It's Abrupt Decay. Come on. Go. Ah! Come on, work! 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 Yes! That is beautiful. I should have taken a screenshot of that. I guess I can just... I'll get a screenshot after. I did not counter it. I exiled it. Oh, what a huge win. That's beautiful. All right, welcome to the semifinals versus Musasabi, who's been playing my combo Raker list. I have a Scrawling Crawler here, so I think it's worth keeping. No Null Rod in my opener, but I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan past crawlers. Talon Gates. Soul Ring. Monolith. Tezzeret. Tezzeret. They don't have Chalice, though, I don't think, right? So it's probably just untap and play something else. No, there is a Chalice. They could go Chalice here. Looks really bad for me. On the draw, in the Shops Mirror again. Yeah, they got Chalice. Okay. So, I mean, they can make a million mana no matter what. So I guess we just go Patchwork. Go. It's a really bad spot. But, like, what were we going to do on the draw here? I guess, theoretically, if I had Mulligan to turn 1 Null Rod, turn 1 Null Rod would have been good here. So maybe that's on me. Maybe I needed to Mulligan this hand. Maybe I got too enthralled with the idea of Crawler, and I could have mulliganed this hand to a Null Rod. Oh well, gotta play out the game as it is. I think Patchwork's better than Stone Coil here. Man, am I supposed to mulligan to Null Rod? Feels tough to do. Yeah, they have a Raker, so the Patchwork is dead. And yeah, I mean, this looks pretty lost. And they already have a top, so they can tutor it. Oh wait, they win the game, right? They just tutor right now and win the game. Oh, they have a needle. Oh no, they wouldn't have a. Yeah, they would. They. What are they needling? They should just tutor for a top and win the game, right? Oh, they're saving their Tezzeret. All right. I mean, we had to mulligan to Null Rod, and we didn't, and we lost. Man, not being on the play in this top 8 has been very bad for me. Okay. Infinite top kill me. Yeah, I guess I could have the only thing I could have done here is mulligan to Null Rod. And I'm not 100% sure that I'm supposed to do that. But I definitely could have done that. I've been bringing in Dismember and Null Rod and Skyship and Needle. And I was taking out Sphere stuff. And I was bringing in Shadow Sphere as well, I think. I just don't think Spheres are very good versus them. Why? We're like on the ground trying to... I'm pretty sure that's what I did against them. Was that round 5, chat? I don't think I want Trap on the draw, no. Oh, this is mono white. Maybe I took out Sphere stuff on the draw. No, I took out Spheres, Lodestone, Trinisphere. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Sphere doesn't work with Null Rod, and that's our plan is a pretty reasonable reason. So I guess if I wanted to keep Sphere in, I would be cutting... I guess I could cut Patchworks. They're pretty much garbage here, right? Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense to cut Sphere when I can cut Patchwork. That's probably a miss from earlier. I definitely want Crawler. And I feel like Stonecoil has more text than Patchwork because it has Trample, right? Is Thorn good? Thorn's probably fine to cut. All right, yeah. I think this is better. I think what I missed last time is that Patchwork was bad. I think that's the thing I didn't understand in the last time I played the matchup. So like here's the thing, like I have my turn 1 Scrawling Crawler. Am I allowed to mulligan? Like do I have to mulligan to Null Rod and restricted pieces, or is like a Crawler good enough? Like they can't combo kill through a Crawler, right? So I want to keep it. I technically have a Crucible lock for a slower hand of theirs. I'm just gonna keep this. I have to hope, or I have to believe that Crawler is as good as advertised in this matchup, and it has been, so I wouldn't yeah. Mana Crypt Workshop, Jesus. That's not good. That's a lot of oh god. I mean, if they're just like multiple Flesh Rakers. Wow, they kept in Bobble on the draw. I mean, my hand needs a Null Rod now, though, doesn't it? Maybe it's not even enough. Now I can't get. I mean, I have a Ghost Quarter, so that's fine because they're gonna name Wasteland off this. They're not gonna name Wasteland. Jesus Christ. Okay, my bad. I guess I just have to mulligan a Null Rod every time. Okay. Well, lesson learned. I guess I don't have enough life because of my Ancient Tomb. If they had combo killed me there. I need a Null Rod. Need a Null Rod. I didn't draw a Null Rod. So I die. I just died a double Tezzeret, right? Okay. All right. All right. So I just need to mulligan to Null Rod because the opponent's deck can't beat Null Rod, and I just need to mulligan to it every time. All right. Well, that's a tough time to learn that lesson, but it is what it is. This was not anything like these hands were top tier 1% hands. It was nothing like that in the other match we played against. Like if they're gonna draw the best possible hand they can possibly draw, then God, they even have Talon Gates for it. Then yeah, I need a Null Rod or I can't win. I don't know. I don't know how much of this is like I'm supposed to mulligan to a Null Rod versus my opponent is supposed to not have the best possible hands. Like these are multiple restricted mana rock, Tezzeret, double activate, turn 1 hands. All right, whatever. It's a tough way to go, but I definitely could have mulliganed both of my hands, even though they were keepable with crawlers. Like my opponent's hands were just too good for that. I had to have a Null Rod or I couldn't fight. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is like indicative of the matchup or just a high roll, because you don't want to make like sweeping heuristical changes because you got high rolled. Like because your opponent went turn 1 Tinker with double force backup doesn't mean you should do something crazy and mulligan to something crazy. And that's kind of how I view this hand here. I don't know. Like, I get that having a Thorn stops a combo, but I think at the point where you're getting comboed, like you're already dead. I don't know. Maybe. But like none of the cards I have in my hand here I would have not had for a Thorn, so I don't think that like changes very much here. You want me to like put back like Crucible Wasteland Lock turn 1 Crawler against the deck that like most of the time a Crawler is killing the combo? I don't know. I can see it, but like at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to mulligan to Null Rod. I guess that's possible, but like it's like a Thorn or a Sphere isn't actually helping me win that game, right? Like their hand was Workshop, Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Tezzeret, Flesh Raker. Like it might slow them down. Like I might get another turn, right? But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean I'm winning. Like the only card that's actively winning the game for me in that spot is mulliganing to Null Rod. I don't even think a Bauble or a Chalice does it. Like it doesn't actually do it, right? Well, maybe it stops them from playing turn 1 Raker because they don't have Mana Crypt anymore, but like I think it like I think it's mostly like turn 1 Null Rod. But I do see the point that Andy is saying that if you have a Sphere or a Thorn against like a normal series of draws, then it might be enough to like let you gain control over the game. But I kind of think like at that point you should still be mulliganing to a Null Rod. I don't know. Tough to say. Either way, it was a pretty good run. I think we ran fairly hot for someone who was just kind of making choices on instinct. Definitely a deck I am not practiced with, but I do know enough about to play reasonably competently. I would never sleeve this up for a tournament that I cared about because it does not lend towards the things that I think I do the best in Vintage and in Magic. And I don't think my temperament towards how play draw dependent and mulligan and no having no access to no force of will, it doesn't lend to what I like to want from my games of Vintage. But there are certainly players who enjoy and excel with this type of deck, and it's really great that Vintage offers them a place to showcase their skills. So a solid top 4 finish here with one of Magic's and Vintage's classic archetypes: Sphere, Prison, Mud, Workshop stuff. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more gameplay video, make sure you check out new videos on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.